Yo, what's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? Just give me a second here. I'm just getting some stuff set up. How's everyone doing? And where are you guys all watching from? New Jersey, all right. The Ukraine, okay. My dorm room. Indiana, let's go. You think it's worth it to get blood work tested if I have been noticing signs of low test? Absolutely. 100%, man. Just go to private MD labs and get a test, man. It's cheap. It's worth the money to know for the peace of mind. Trust me. Nice beard. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It needs a trim though. It's kind of uneven. Like here on this side is like, I feel like it's a bit longer than the other side, but need to trim it up a little bit. Why am I having cravings? I don't know. Why are you? Shave beard, no way. I do need to do a trim, but I will shave it at some point. I don't know when. It grows back pretty fast, so I'm not worried about it never coming back. I was not having cravings, now I'm having bad cravings. I don't know, man. How long have you been dieting, and how aggressive have you been dieting? How big is the deficit? And how lean are you? How's your day? It's going good. My girlfriend and I went out for breakfast this morning, and then we got some groceries, and then I came home and I had some client work to do, and then I just ate, and here we are. That you're a wizard with answers. Deadlift frequency. So the thing that you'll have to keep in mind with the frequency of your hip hinges is how often are you also squatting, and how does your lower back recover individually. So I have a very fragile lower back, so I have to be cautious of how I load it. Some people can squat and deadlift every other day and their lower back never bothers them. That would absolutely kill me. So if you have a fragile lower back, then you won't want to do it very often because it's just gonna bother you. Yeah, I do think if you are only hinging once a week, that's perfectly fine. If that's all that you can do, that's plenty fine. I don't know many people off the top of my head who regularly hinge more than on a more frequent basis than, every week. I'm like 25%, but I haven't done a consistent cut. It makes no sense. I don't know, man. Really, I understand your question, but I don't really think that cravings are like this something to go crazy over, really. I mean, you're gonna have cravings. It's normal, but it doesn't mean that you have to succumb to them. So you are in total control. So you acknowledge that you have cravings and you just move on with your life the same. If, at some point you have to emotionally be stronger than a craving. So you just keep on keeping on. If I'm going on a mini cut during, oh, sorry. I gotta go back up here and refresh. If I'm going on a mini cut during a bulk, do I drop calories immediately or gradually? Immediately. If so, I think we're kind of getting terminology mixed up here. A mini cut is supposed to be a very short, aggressive period of fat loss. And so if you are trying to get that fat loss phase as done as quick as possible, you don't want to waste time by slowly bringing your calories down. You just want to get in and get it done and get it over with. So I would make a very aggressive pull. For reference, the mini cut that I'm on right now, I started it, I was eating 5,000 calories and I immediately cut to 3,400. So that's 1,600. That's actually almost a 33%. I almost cut my calories by a third. It is just like a little less than a third statistically. So I mean, it was a big pull, man. Get in and get it over with. And guess what? I'm 6 weeks into the mini cut and I've lost 13 pounds. And I'm probably going to be done with this cut in like another 2 weeks, and then I'm going to go right back up to bulking again. So that's the point of a mini cut, man, is to just, oh, sorry guys, is to just get in and get it over with. So be aggressive. Do you play any games? Yeah, I do play games. I play Warzone. I play Fortnite because I have, my girlfriend has a Switch, and then we have a bunch of other friends that have a bunch of different other consoles. So we'll play Fortnite, we'll play Rogue Company. We're really limited with the games that we can play on crossplay between all three of the major consoles. So, but I do play games, definitely. Actually, I can flip my camera. From where I'm sitting, this is the home office, but you can see my Xbox is down there. So how do you feel about losing 1 pound per week in a cut? I feel like that is that's great. You're on track. That's probably like the ideal rate of fat loss, honestly. What if I'm going from a mini cut to a bulk? Do I immediately increase calories or gradually? Well, okay, so just think about this. If you made an aggressive pull from your calories, then that means that you're in a pretty aggressive caloric deficit, right? So if you, let's say over the course of a mini cut, you're in a 1,000 calorie deficit. If you, when you come out of the mini cut and you go into the bulk, if you only add 500 calories, you're still going to be in a 500 calorie deficit. So your bulk is not, the cut is not over then. So I think that you should immediately increase them as well, and I would get aggressive about increasing them. None of this, there are very few instances realistically, except for like as you're creeping along in a bulking phase, where I recommend that you gradually move your food. Like a lot of times just pulling in 100 calories or taking out 100 calories like per week just leads to months and months and months of wasted time. So just get in and get out. Yeah, I tried to do them again today, but lower back hurt. I did them heavy 2 days ago. Yeah, that's your body telling you that that's too frequent. So that's fine, man. Think about all the greats. I mean, Ronnie Coleman wasn't deadlifting every 3 days. He was deadlifting once a week. Same with Jay, same with Dorian, same with You know, you don't have to, there's nothing wrong with doing it one time per week, not at all. Especially an exercise that's that like systemically fatiguing. I would recommend you only do it once a week. Do you know how alcohol affects muscles? In no way positive at all. There is quite literally nothing good about alcohol from a fitness perspective. I mean, like the social aspect or whatever, and doing stuff is good for like you mentally. But the alcohol is basically the way that alcohol, from my understanding, alcohol is kind of metabolized in the same way that poison is. So it, like, I supposedly when your body ingests poison, your digestive system like immediately redirects all focus to digesting that poison, and it supposedly treats alcohol the same way. I have no medical background, but that's just from what I've heard. So, if you like drinking alcohol and want to drink alcohol, then that's obviously your choice. But be aware that it does absolutely nothing positive to for anything for muscle, whether it's fat loss, muscle gain. It's nothing positive. Your beard is giving me life. Who told you to look this good? I look like a fucking hobo, man. I need a haircut, beard trim. I appreciate that, though. Struggling to grow my triceps. Any exercise recommendations? No. The ones that fit your body the best. You need to figure out why your triceps are not responding to what you're doing now, and 9 times out of 10 it comes down to execution. You're potentially not executing your tricep lifts correctly, which would mean that you're not recruiting your triceps properly. So obviously with that in mind, it doesn't matter what exercise you do. If you are not operating it appropriately, you're going to get nothing out of it. So I see. I don't know. Thanks for your insight. Yeah, no problem, man. Goat, thank you. Is straps on a leg press too much? No, I use straps on a leg press. Too much? No. If doing something helps you perform an exercise better, like that is a win. And don't give a shit what anybody thinks about it. Just if it improves the lift for you, then just fucking do it. I use straps on dumbbell laterals, like, just, and bicep curls. Like if I'm doing a dumbbell bicep curl, I have it strapped. Just do whatever you got to do to maximize your performance on the exercise. How's your cut? I kind of briefly mentioned it earlier, but it's going good. I'm wrapping up the 6th week right now, and I've lost about 13 to 14 pounds. So the rate of loss is exactly where I want it to be. I'm weighing like 213, 214 right now. I'm going to diet until I hit 210, and then I want to see what 210 looks like. And then from 210, I'll decide if I want to bulk back up again or if I need to cut some more. And if I need to cut some more, then I'll probably cut from 210 to 200 and then see what 200 looks like. And then no matter what, at 200, I'll go back up. So no matter what. But up until this point, it has been like unbelievably easy. At the peak bulk, I was eating a ton of food and my appetite was non-existent, and so I was really looking forward to dieting. And like I said, I cut my calories by a third. I made a huge pull, and it's just been the easiest fat loss ever. I say, like 13, 14 pounds in 6 weeks, so that's like over 2 pounds a week. I mean, it's flying off. And then my past 2 weeks at work have been really busy, so I've been getting a lot more steps. And so it's just like, you know, it's seriously been effortless lately. So it's going about as good as it can go. Goose in a tuxedo. Hey, how you doing? That's a goated profile picture, bro. Things to do before a PR. Go fucking hit it. I mean, if you're doing the things outside of the gym that you need to be doing, you should never question whether you're gonna hit a PR or not. You know? I never go to the gym thinking, am I gonna take a progression today? Because I know that I am, because I guaranteed it was gonna happen, because I got 8 hours of sleep, I ate all my meals, I drank all my water, I managed my stress. Like, if you do those things, you guarantee that it happens. So, things to do before a PR, put in the work necessary to earn it. Have you heard of Lane Norton's PH3? I have not, Dan. I have not. Is it a program? Is it a supplement? What is it? Cut starts Monday, birthday is Saturday. How can I enjoy my birthday while still staying on track? Well, my first piece of advice would be to tell you to start the cut today. Just the mentally whole cut starts Monday thing, whatever. But as far as for the other question, man, like for your birthday, just go do what you want. Like, you need to understand that, like, going out and having one meal is not like gonna set you back. Like, not a massive amount, unless you act like a fucking clown and eat like a 5-year-old and eat burgers, pizza, ice cream, and drink, and you know what I mean? Like, if you have no self-control, then yeah, you can really do a lot of damage. But if you have discipline, then it's literally nothing to worry about. Now, if you don't have discipline, then now that's the problem that you need to fix. That's the underlying fix for all of it. Have you ever heard... Oh, you asked that question already. Do you enjoy Smith squats? I do like them. I haven't done them in a long time. Before I moved out to the suburbs of Chicago, where I live now, where I was living was a more like rural area, and the gyms did not have a hack squat. So I did a lot of Smith squatting for probably 2.5 years. Smith squats were like my main quad movement. I do like them a lot. I just haven't done them in a while because I've been fortunate enough to train at gyms that have hack squats and good leg presses. But like if I went to a gym that didn't have those things, I would definitely Smith squat. I do like them. What do you think of the linear hack? I don't particularly like it. Just in my opinion, the way that the linear hack like positions your torso, it's not obviously not like a hack squat where you're keeping like a complete vertical torso. It has you at kind of like that 45-degree angle. And in my opinion, if you're gonna put your body in that 45-degree angle, I would just rather do a leg press. It's the exact same torso positioning and hip angle and foot stance is exact same, but you're going to be able to stabilize a little bit better and not load the spine as much on a leg press. So I would just prefer you do a leg press. I would actually say choose between a linear hack or a leg press, and I would never do both in the same session. I think that's a little redundant. But do you smoke? Smoke what? What's up, man? How you doing, Devin? How are things going? Can we get a peak check? What's that guy's name? Craig Elias? What's he say? Sup? That dude is crazy. Peak check. I love that dude though. You a Mormon? No, I am not. Do you just work at GNC or do you have any side hustles? I work at GNC and I coach. I coach as well. The goal is to get enough clients to where I don't have to work at GNC anymore. You don't know what your bench is if you had to guess? No, I have not bench pressed in so long. It's been a long time since I've done a barbell bench press. Except for quarantine. During the quarantine period, a couple of my buddies and I were training out of a garage, and we had a rack and a barbell, so I was doing them then. But other than that, no idea. If I am getting 12K average steps a day, how many calories extra would that burn? I have no idea. I don't know if there is an equation that says this amount of steps equals this amount of calories. I have no idea. You think you could bench 405? No chance. Like literally no chance. I don't even know if I could hold seriously even hold 405 in my hands laying on a bench. For real. No, there's no chance I could bench 405. Guys, I am not strong. I don't know if you guys have seen my my videos, but obviously I am trying to get stronger on everything. Like, that's how you grow, but like I am not like strong. Honestly, I probably couldn't even bench 3 plates, 315. I bet I couldn't. I wouldn't even want to try it. I literally have no interest in ever doing a barbell bench ever again. I benched for like literally 8 years. Like I put my fucking time in doing that. Thoughts on planning a PR versus just when you feel great? Are you talking about like a 1 rep max, Armando? Or are you talking about like a bodybuilding, like progressing a set in a bodybuilding program? Like which one of those are you talking about? Chevy or Ford? I seriously don't even... I couldn't even care less about cars, to be 100% honest with you. So I think cheat meals set you back immediately. What are you saying there, Drewski? Are you asking if I think cheat meals set you back immediately? Smith squat or leg press depends on the leg press, and depends on the Smith. I mean, that's probably not a good answer. I would say do both. If you had to pick one, pick the one that you like to do better. The Smith squat will load your spine more, so it will have more lower back fatigue. the leg press will load your hips more. So it will have more hip fatigue. I don't see them as like things you have to compare. I think that they're different tools for different tools for the same purpose. Hey King, what's up, Hannah? How you doing? I'm up to 275 bench for 3. Good for you, man. That's strong. That's really strong. Let's say both. Both what? What was your question? Planning a PR. Oh, dude, one. Okay, well, it's going to depend on your goals. If you're like 100% bodybuilding focused, which is what I am, I will never do a 1-rep PR ever in my life anymore. It serves me no purpose. For bodybuilding, it's every day. You go in every single day and take progression in some form. So, but if you're a power lifter, then what you PR when your program says to do it. So. So I think cheat meals set you back immediately. Yeah, man, the only way that a cheat meal can like seriously do major damage is if you go fucking crazy during the cheat meal. And you need to stop associating like cheat meals with negative things. Because it's not the food that's the problem. You are the problem. You can't control yourself. So how long would it take to get to 315 on bench? I have no clue. I don't have any idea. Go try it for yourself. Go dedicate the next however many years to trying to get there, and then you come and tell me. Does beating your meat hurt gains? No way. Thoughts on a Proviron test and Winnie mix for a cycle? I know nothing about you, and I know nothing about your situation of whether or not that'd be a good mix for you. Based off the way you asked the question, I would say you probably don't need to be running anything. Do you coach overseas clients? Yes, I do. I do. Do you take pre? Yeah. No, so I'm sorry. I'm like reading two questions at the same time. Do you take pre? No, I really don't take pre-workout. If I feel like I need energy because I'm tired or something, I'll just take a 200 milligram caffeine pill. But I don't take a pre-workout. I just go to the gym. When I cheat, I eat 3,200 to 3,500. So yeah, this is like, if you're talking about 3,200 to 3,500 calories per cheat meal, like that is like, that's a problem. You need to, the question you need to answer is, why do you feel the need to eat that much food at one time? And as you mentioned, I think you're the one that mentioned earlier that you're like 25% body fat. So you're kind of on like the higher side of body fat. So you've got some mental reliance issues with food that you need to get solved out. You need to get to the bottom of that before you undertake this, because you're just gonna. This can cause some real problems for you. This sport is riddled with eating disorders. So you got to get to the bottom of that. So do you have no intent to barbell bench again? What about incline barbell or incline Smith? I'll Smith press. I have no problems incline Smith pressing. Probably won't ever do incline barbell again either. I just like for bodybuilding purposes, I will always prefer a Smith or a machine over a free weight exercise. At this point, because this is really important. What you guys are watching me do with my training is 5 years into this. Like it's not what I was doing when I started. I'm 25 and I've been lifting since I was in 8th grade, which I would have been like 13 in 8th grade. So I have like 5 years of like Olympic lifting, powerlifting experience, like when I was in high school. And like knowing what I know now, I had a really good coach like in high school. So I know that it was like legit programming. So I've put my time in with the barbells, and a lot of time it just ends up in me getting injured. So why beat my head against a wall? Is it true that coconut oil is good for losing weight? No. There's no food that's good for losing weight. You can eat anything and lose weight as long as it's within your caloric allotment. Caffeine pills are super cheap too. Add a little salt. Yeah, I'll also take 2 grams of, I have 2 grams of salt and 2 grams of no salt in my, so on the way to the gym, I'll drink a bottle of water, and in that bottle of water, I will put 2 grams, which is like an eighth of a teaspoon of sea salt, and then 2 grams of no salt, which is potassium. And then I'll like squirt some Crystal Light or something in it just to give it some flavor. So I guess I should have said that my pre-workout is a caffeine pill and some sodium and potassium and water. That's what I should have said. But yeah, caffeine pills are super cheap, man. They basically give them away. You can buy like 100 pills, each pill 200 milligrams of caffeine for like $7. Really a lot of pre-workouts are just flavored caffeine powders. Obviously, I understand like beta alanine and citrulline and all those types of things, but that was only something that I ever thought like improved the sensation of my workout. Like it never actually made me stronger. So it was just like, I just don't see the point in spending money. Especially, man, a lot of these pre-workouts are not cheap. Like some people are spending like $60 a month in pre-workout, man. $60 a month is like, you could be buying like 10 pounds of chicken and a 20-pound bag of rice with that. You know, that's just the way that I think. So if I need caffeine, I'll just take a caffeine pill, but I don't need to buy a $60 product to give me that. What's your max bench? Like I said, I don't know. I haven't benched in so long. I couldn't even tell you. I did have a cheat meal. I ate 2,200. It's getting better. Yeah, it is getting better. That's still a lot though, man. So yeah, like we said, like I told you, man, yeah, Drew, the thing is I understand that you only do that when you want to have a cheat meal, but like you need to understand that it's not normal for people to eat that much food in one sitting. Like that is not, and I'm not, you know, trying to roast you and call you out. Like that's not a normal behavior thing that people do. Like you need to like you need to get to the bottom of that. When I have when I have cheat meals, I don't track them. I have like, you know, that's the point of a cheat meal for me, is to just like mentally like take time away and not think about tracking it. But I don't eat so much food that I feel miserable. Like that's not good. And it's definitely not helping with progress in the gym of any sort. How many sets per muscle group a week do you do? I don't know off the top of my head. I have it written in my in a Google spreadsheet, like how many sets I'm doing right now, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. It's probably anywhere from 6 to 10 for everything. Hey, my guy Rory, how you doing, man? How's your Saturday going? If you are really looking for a pump, just get citrulline. Yeah, you can get you know, I mean, a lot of people are down for that stuff too. I never really noticed, like, when I took like citrulline, that like my pump got like a crazy ton better. Like, it probably did get better, but it was probably just by like a little bit. So, and I also may not be someone who's like prone to those things, because I've taken Cialis before a workout, which is supposed to give you like unbelievable crazy pumps, and I felt no different. So maybe that's just me and that's how I react to the pump stuff, but I don't really notice that like my pumps get like night and day different when I take those things. I think for me, like my pump is absolutely more based off of like how much water have I drank that day, and how much sodium and potassium have I consumed. Bro, how is that a lot? You're answering your own question, man. Like, you're obviously, you eating that much food at one period of time is not helping you get to where you want to go. That's why you're in this live asking me what to do. And I'm telling you that that's a lot of food to eat in one sitting, and you're questioning how that's a lot. I don't get where you're going with that. If you think about it, that cheat meal is really a full day of bulk eating. Well, here's the thing, Daniel. Largest cheat meal I've had was like 600 calories. So this is something that I want to be careful of, because I don't want anybody in the chat to start like ganging up on this guy. I am not by any means saying that you cannot have cheat meals, and that you can't go out and have things that you enjoy and eat those types of things. But your relationship with them needs to change. It can't be something where, like, if you are someone who's like, once a week I need to eat an entire pizza, or someone who needs to eat, I don't even know, burger, fries, ice cream, beer. I'm just trying to think what like most people's typical cheat meals would be. In my opinion, you have some sort of relationship problem with the food. And what that relationship problem usually is that you feel like you need to eat so much of it because you're going to go a long time without eating it again. And so you feel like you need to make up for that by eating a ton of it in one sitting. That's a horrible relationship to have with food. It's terrible. You need to get yourself into a position where you can go out and have pizza with your friends and have a couple pieces of pizza and be satisfied with the fact that you got to eat the food that you wanted to eat, but not to the point where you're eating so much of it that you're consuming that much food in one sitting. Because obviously that isn't helping you get anywhere, which is why you're in the live in the first place asking the question. So, and I don't, like I said, I don't want to play this holier than thou game. Like, you can't go out. I'm saying you need to find a better way to life balance, to balance it. So whether that means incorporating cheat meals in more frequently, but keeping them smaller so that you don't feel as deprived of the food. So when you do eat it, you aren't eating it in absurd amounts. You know, there's a lot of ways that you need to go about solving this problem, but it clearly is too much food to be eating at one bulk period of time. So I have an ecstasy lab. This is just the most unbelievable transition of comments ever. I have an ecstasy lab in my crawl space. I've even openly admitted to the cops, yet they didn't do any. Does this continue? Does this continue? Oh, man. I wish I continued. So you have an ecstasy lab in your crawl space. The cops obviously don't care, man. They got bigger problems to take care of. Is slightly higher volume fine if I'm still training hard, progressing, and recovering good? Yes. The highest amount of volume that you can recover from and still progress, the better. 4 sets is better than 2 sets if you can progress 4 sets. My main thing on being against high volume is that a lot of people are training with volumes that are higher than what they can recover and progress from. They're only recovering and progressing 6 sets, but they're doing 10. But don't get it twisted. If you're doing 2 sets and recovering, and you add in a 3rd set and you're recovering and progressing that 3rd set, 3 is better than 2. It absolutely is. So how did you grow the beard? It's all genetic, man. I've got great genes in my family for beard growth. I have no tips. How much protein can you consume per meal? You can eat as much as you want per meal. I usually am eating like somewhere between 40 to 50, maybe 60 grams per meal. Any more than that, it just like sits in my stomach for a really long period of time. Yeah, you had 3 slices of pizza and some ice cream. It totaled to 3,500 calories. Dude, no way. There's no chance. Them pieces of pizza had to have been like the size of my entire head, and you must have eaten like 2 pints of Ben and Jerry's or something, dude. There's no way that 3 pieces of pizza and some ice cream was 3,500 calories. No way. No way. You're just fucking with me now, bro. Does e-cigarette affect your gains? Not to my knowledge. I don't smoke cigarettes or vape, but there are a lot of bodybuilders that do, so I would say no. Are you Muslim? No, I am not. You do only 1 set. Do you do only 1 set per exercise? On some exercises, yeah, and some no. Hey, big man, is there a cap on progressively overloading while on a calorie deficit? No, I wouldn't say there's a cap, but you need to you need to understand it's not going to be as fast as how it is in a surplus. So just keep that in mind as you're going about doing it. My progressions are usually like quite a bit smaller. Are you taking on any more clients for coaching? Yes, I am, Rory. I am. If you're interested, then I have on my on any of my social media pages, whether it's here or Instagram, I have my link tree, and in my link tree, I have a link to my the application, the coaching application. So if you're interested, go ahead and fill that out. But I am taking on clients. So yeah, for anyone else in the chat too, I am taking on clients still. Top 3 leg building exercises. Well, Usually I don't do these because I don't think it's like that simple, but I'll give you the 3 that I think are the most important. One is definitely the adductor. I think the adductor is like criminally underrated. Everybody Google Tom Platt's legs and then hit images on Google and look at his adductors. And Tom Platt's like widely considered to have the greatest legs of all time. And usually when people think legs, they think about quads. But I think the adductors are really, really criminally underrated for big legs. So number 1 is the adductor. Number 2 is going to be, I don't want to give a specific exercise, but I'm going to say a squat pattern that you like, your favorite one. That's going to be different for everybody. So this could be a barbell squat of some sort, a Smith squat, I would consider a leg press like a squat pattern, a hack squat. Really, I mean, those are pretty much going to be your only options. Some form of exercise like that, whichever one that you like. And then the third one is going to be like a glute ham exercise. So like some form of an RDL or a good morning. For most people, they're going to prefer an RDL to a good morning. So my top 3 leg building exercises: adductor, RDL, and then whatever squat pattern you like. Leg press, hack, Smith, barbell. Do you think 1 gram protein per pound is not enough for maximizing muscle growth? I think it is enough to get muscle growth, but I think that there's basically zero harm to eating more than that. So I think that eating more than that is what I have most people do usually. Protein is the one macronutrient that is very unlikely to be stored in the body as body fat. It has to go through a lot of metabolic processes for it to be able to do that. Your body has to take the amino acids and then use gluconeogenesis and convert those into glucose. And then it has to do de novo gluconeogenesis and convert that glucose into fatty acid. And that it's burning calories every time it does one of those processes. So by the time it actually gets to, body fat storage, it's probably pretty negligible. Especially if you look at the work from Dr. Jose Antonio. I almost said San Antonio. Dr. Jose Antonio, he's kind of the head guy at the ISSN, the International Society of Sports Nutrition. He's done studies where he's fed guys up to, I think it's like 3 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Maybe it's 2 grams per pound of body weight. Very, very high protein feedings. And pretty much what he found is that the more protein that you eat, the better the body composition seems to be at the same calorie level. So I think 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is the absolute bare minimum that you should be taking in. But I think if you want to, maximize your gains, then I would be eating closer to probably 1.5. Maybe if you are like really trying to be crazy, maybe 2. But there aren't a lot of instances where I would recommend 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. That's a lot. So I think 1.5 is a good spot to be in. Thoughts on back off sets? If you got to do them, then got to do them. I think in some cases they're advantageous, and I think in other cases they just cause more fatigue. Like I would never do a back off set on like a deadlift or like a hack, because I can really only muster up the energy and the effort to hit like true failure on those exercises one time. Like if you guys go watch my hack squat sets, and you see the level of effort that I'm doing those sets at, I can really only do that one time. I can't do a second set. That second set is just nowhere near as good as the first one, because the first one just kills me. So Do a flip. No way I could do a flip, bro. No chance. What should I do if the barbell hurts when squatting? Stop doing it. That's crazy, groundbreaking revelation there, but stop doing it. Thanks, man. Just figuring things out. Gym money. Yeah, no problem, Rory. I mean, if I've never been like full of clients, so if and whenever you're interested, just fill the thing out. Why do you think my dumbbell bench would increase but not my barbell? I don't know. I do not know. Have you been doing the dumbbell more? Have you been doing the barbell less often? There's a lot of factors that could go into that. Hardly had protein for 2 weeks. I'm thinking 1 day fasted cardio and 1 day carnivore diet. For what? Why? Puggy. What's puggy? Pudgy? If you mean pudgy, like just eat in a calorie deficit. You don't have to fucking... That sounds like hell, what you just said to me. That would just be miserable. Should beginner lifters have isolation movements in their programs for glutes? Probably not, unless you are doing like power lift. If you're asking from a bodybuilding perspective, no. If you're asking from like an athlete perspective, like you play football or basketball or you want to power lift, yes, because the glutes are like very important for that. So yes, if you're an athlete. Power lifter, no, if you're a bodybuilder. Angels, I'll let you finish your question. Is 17 pounds a good amount to put on a bulk? I was 146 in August. Now 163, trying to cut to 155. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. My bulks are usually more than 17 pounds, but that's fine. You shredding this summer? No. No. I'll be bulking. More than likely. It's hard mentally for me to bulk because I lost 100 pounds when I was 16, and it's hard seeing the scale go up. I'm 18 now. Nate, I've talked about this a lot on my lives before. Luckily for you, I also lost 100 pounds. When I was 20, I lost over 100 pounds in a year. and I was 152 pounds at 21 years old. And I'm 213 now, and at this peak bulk I was 226. So here's the thing, man. My question would be to you is that you know how to lose weight. Obviously, you know how to lose weight. You don't lose 100 pounds by not knowing how to lose weight. So my question to you is, if you put weight back on, are you not confident that you could get it off again? And the answer to that question should be, of course, that you can get it off again because you know how to lose weight. You've done it before. So I would, that's something to keep in mind is you are choosing to make the scale go up. But you are also in control. At any day, you can look in the mirror and say, I don't like how I look right now. I'm going to make the choice to go back down. And you know how to go back down. And you know that you can and will do it. So there should be no mental problems with gaining weight. You're making that choice. You're making that choice. Didn't gain, I just know. Never thought of that. Yeah, I've that seems to be the common answer that I give, or that seems to be the common response that I get when I give that. So Nate, that's the big thing that you need to realize, man, is if you love this lifestyle and you love the bodybuilding type of lifestyle, you need to realize that your life for the next however many years is going to be a constant repeat of gaining and losing weight. You're constantly going to be gaining it. You're constantly going to be losing it. You're going to be gaining it. You're going to be losing it. Gaining, losing, gaining, losing, gaining, losing. Like, you have to mentally be able to withstand that. But you also need to understand that you're making the choice to do that. You're doing that by your choice. And any day you can wake up and look in the mirror and be like, I don't like how I look. I want to lose 10 pounds. And you know that you can do it in a month. So there should be no mental problems about it at all. How many weeks of progressing all your sets until you add volume to certain things? Great question. If you are looking to add volume somewhere, let's say you're trying to add volume to your chest, I would give yourself about 3 weeks in a row of being able to progress on that level of volume. If you can do it for 3 weeks in a row, to me that means that you can do it pretty consistently. Even usually when you do something that's really hard, you can usually get away with it for like 2 weeks or so. I would say 3 weeks if you're still like, maybe I can't do it, maybe give it 4. But if you can progress a level of volume for about 3 weeks or so, no problems, then that to me would give me the green light that, yeah, I can add here. About to hit the gym. Thanks for the vibes. Have a great day. No problem, man. Thanks for the questions. Have a good workout. Have you heard of Greg Ducette, and what's your opinion on him? Yes, I have heard of Greg Ducette. To be very fair with you, I don't really have an opinion of him. I have not watched a lot of his content, so I don't. I really know nothing about him, so I don't have an opinion. Hips for no life. What is this? Are you a Mormon? I think this is like the third time I've been asked this live. No, I am not. I'm not a Mormon. Have you read the Book of Mormon? No. No more Mormon questions. No more Mormon questions. What's the most memorable GNC moment you had with a customer? Because I work at GNC and just curious. Yes, Nate, I do work at GNC. This is a good question. This is a good question. Let me think. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I've had a couple where people have come in and I just get talking to them, and like some way or another we find out that we like know a same person. I haven't really had like anything like, I'm almost scared to say it because I feel like I'm going to jinx myself and something crazy is going to happen. But like, I haven't really had anything that's been like too out of the ordinary, not off the top of my head, really. I must be pretty boring. I must work at a boring store. What about you? Do you have a memorable story? You gotta tell me. If I bench 205 for 6, what do you think my max is? I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe 240, 45. I don't know. Why don't you test for a 1 rep max and tell us? Do you think oats are a good source of carbs before training? Yeah, if you digest them, fine. I have digestive problems with oats, so if I were to take oats before I trained, it would be a mess. My stomach would be all fucked up. Tell us a GNC horror story. Well, yesterday, or what day was it? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday felt like a horror story with the refrigerator. I put a video up about that. Yeah, I would definitely say, because I would say that because that is not the first time that's happened. The amount of drinks and food items and stuff we've had to throw away because of some bullshit like that. I had a dude who spent $540 and didn't even want a pro membership because it's pointless. Damn. $540. I've had people come in and spend like, I think my biggest sale is probably like close to 400, maybe 350 or something like that. $540, that's a ton. What did he all buy? If you remember what he all bought, but what did he all buy? Ever have someone come in asking for roids? Yeah, I have. I've had people people come in and ask for that. The worst one, like bad, was probably when the customer bought Herbal Cleanse, failed his test, and tried to get money back. Nate, at our store, I always tell people when I sell one, I say, just so you know, we're not liable for the results. And most of the time people are like, yeah, I know, but I am actually worried about that happening because I don't know. I can definitely see that happening though. So Nate, it was at the mall. He bought like 6 Alpha King. Like the ISO. Wow. That's crazy, man. So Nate, the store that I work at is like a franchise store. So obviously you worked at a mall store. What are those stores like? Are those stores like really busy? I don't think there are a lot of mall stores even open right now. But how is that store like really busy? And also where is the store out of curiosity? Corporate, yeah, I used to work at mall, now in store. It was never busy, but when it was, yeah, I feel that. The store was in Philly, the Franklin Mills. The odds are in your favor with this herbal cleanse. Yeah, man, I mean, we've had a lot of people come in our store and say that they've worked, so. You think GNC is going to go out of business? I don't think so. At least the information that we're getting on the franchise end is that things are going great and doing even better. So GNC is not going to go out of business. If anything, they're doing good because of our online. Nate, bro, this is a good story. You talked about the online service thing. So, I don't know how long you've been working there, but when they first rolled out the online service where we were taking online sales, I remember that it was in March of last year. And I remember that they were telling us about it for weeks and blah, 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 blah. And then the day that it started, I walked into my store at 2 p.m. I was coming in the afternoon shift, and the kid that was working there and the owner of my store were in there, and there's this massive like pile of boxes in the corner, and it's all online orders. And I was like, dude, what the fuck are these? And my owner, basically what we found out was that when the online service started, we were like one of like 5 stores in the whole company, like in the whole country, that were taking orders. And we did, it was like 120 online orders in the first like 3 days that the online service was live. That's probably my best GNC story, dude, is those first 3 days, like we were running like a fucking warehouse out of that store, like a shipping warehouse. But it's fucking crazy. My friends have funny videos of me, but there isn't anything wrong in them. Should I ignore them? I don't know what you're asking me. Did they bother you? If they bother you, ask them to take them down. If they don't, then keep them on. How old are you? 30? Nah, bro, I'm 25. 30? God damn. It's the beard. Trust me, when I shave this beard, I look like a child. This week, was your shipment crazy? Because I heard there was a delay because of snow. No, our shipment was normal. But was it like a month ago now? We had a big snowstorm, and that one was crazy. It was. Would you quit your job to do full-time coaching? Absolutely, man. That's the goal. That's what I'm working towards. So, 100%. Wait a second, guys. I'm going to go get some more water. I'll be right back. The amount of sales we lost due to creatine is crazy. Haven't had it since October. Pre-gym, it has HCl. Yeah. Nate, do you work in a franchise store or a corporate store now? Corporate. Yeah, dude. That's I'm trying to think what else has creatine. Everything that you said, and I'm pretty sure all of that stuff is not orderable. Optimum is not orderable. Yeah, it's rough out here for creatine, man. In general, though, man, we haven't been able to get anything in like a long time. I know you said you've only been working for 6 months, but ever since COVID, man, it's been like impossible for us to get like a lot of shit, a lot of it. So. All right, guys, I'm probably going to be on for about 5 more minutes, so I will, I'll get more of, get some more questions in, get them in. And the hardest part for me is that I get more pros out. Should be the other way. Yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah. So they're like really pushing the autosave deliver there? Is that what you're saying? Like they want more autosave deliver? Yeah. You'd think it would be the opposite. Yeah, that's weird, man. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but that's, the thing that I guess you got to remember with the corporate stores and stuff is it helps branding, I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right. The thing with the corporate stores is you got somebody who's above your boss who is just telling your boss what to tell you. So it's like, when you start dealing with all the corporate stuff, man, that really sucks. Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to use this as like a last call. So I'm gonna be on here for about 2 more minutes, so all questions that have been asked up until about 4:20 I'll answer, and then we're gonna dip. So what's your favorite energy? Do you mean like an energy drink, Nate? Energy drink. I actually like the Ghost ones a lot. 200 milligrams of caffeine for me is kind of like, the max amount that I like to take. And then the Ghost ones also have the alpha GPC and some other stuff in there, but I also really like the taste of them. So I actually will drink the Ghost ones pretty frequently. I actually have a couple in my fridge right now. What supplements do you recommend? Caffeine, creatine, pre-workout. Well, I guess not pre-workout. I'm sorry. I read someone's question about pre-workout. Supplements do I recommend? Caffeine, creatine, protein powder if you have a problem eating your protein. I like curcumin. The BCM 95 curcumin is an anti-inflammatory and omega-3. Those are really the basics. Tropical mango, all natural. Yeah, I really like the blue one, Nate, the blue raspberry one, but I also like the watermelon one, and the citrus one is good too. They have a dreamsicle one. I have not had that one yet, but I want to try that one really bad. Rest day today. What's good, fam? Rest day for me too. Me as well. You ever use any Rise supplements? I have not. That's the best. Or 3D, I'm starting to like. I got my dad on them. Yeah, those are good too. I like the 3D lemonade. For your store, can I tell you? It's for sales. Yeah, go for it, man. What is it? Go for it, Nate. Nate. Is 3 sets with good intensity okay for each exercise? If you're progressing with it, then sure. I should really take vitamins if I'm going to keep up the bodybuilding. Rory, really the main things that you can be benefiting from are just a multivitamin, and then fish oil, and then a curcumin. Those are really the three things. Not really a ton, but this pitch called the big 3: fish oil, probiotics, and multis. Nate, does that work? Yeah, it always works. Yeah, huh? Yeah, we have made it our goal this year to improve our probiotics sales, because our probiotic sales were a little down last year. But our multis and fish oils and stuff are really good. So that's actually a really good way that we can work all 3 in, the big 3. Cool. Awesome, man. I actually appreciate that. All right, guys, I'm gonna dip out here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys again soon. Probably do another one of these. What is it? Saturday? Maybe Tuesday or something. Tuesday I'll probably do a scheduled one, and then I may pop up from time to time here and there. But as always, we've got content on the TikTok. We've got content on the Instagram. Uploaded my last TikTok live session. If you missed that, I just uploaded that to YouTube today. I have a training video coming out to my YouTube this week. It's going to be the push session that I uploaded yesterday. That's coming out to the YouTube this week. So if you haven't followed the YouTube, then get on that. You guys can check out my social media pages on the link tree in my bio. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good weekend, everyone. Take care.